Go.
Streaming from South Africa to the world. This is the Stonks Go Moon podcast. What just happened? We break it down so you don't have to.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Stonks Go Moon podcast, and today we are talking about e-commerce, and not just any e-commerce. I've got a very special guest. I want to make sure that I get this right. So she is a category designer of customer value optimization. That is a mouthful. It's a very special lady. Her name is Juliana Jackson, and she's from OmniConvert. Juliana, how are you?
Hi Rocco, nice to be here, man. It's very early morning for me, and I'm very nasal, but I'm excited to be here. I know you just started this out, and thank you for inviting me back in February to participate. And I'm happy to be talking to you today from Romania to South Africa, right?
Thank you so much. We are transcending boundaries. We are breaking down walls. Juliana, first of all, what exactly is a CVO, and then what does a CVO do, and how does that all fit into e-commerce?
Yeah, I get that question quite a lot. So, I mean, to understand CVO, you have to look at it, you have to look at e-commerce from a lot of perspective. Like you would think that inside of an e-commerce company that only cost center. And the only profit center is the customer whose check has not bounced yet, right? Mm-hmm. So what this means is that profits come from repeat purchases coming from the same customer. So right now, what we define as customer value optimization is a process that creates a great customer journey and maximizes the ROI and the profits from all the marketing activities. So it focuses on optimizing the whole customer lifecycle to improve the brand and the loyalty, and obviously create customers for life. So I mean, the main star of customer value optimization is customer lifetime value. And why people should focus on customer lifetime value to become profitable and just not drive their business into the ground, being focused on revenue only.
Yeah, I hear you, because I see a lot of people, and then they start like little e-commerce businesses, and they don't really look at the whole picture. And that's what fascinated me about you and what you guys are doing, is you're really taking like a whole brain approach to e-commerce and saying, but we have to step back and look at the bigger picture of what it is being successful in the long term.
Yeah, I agree. It's true. Like e-commerce in general, a lot of people jump into it, or a lot of people are, established in the industry, yes. But they're not, the only thing that they don't look at is their customers. So it's a very big focus towards bringing revenue and everything.
Business, right? I mean, without customers, we don't have revenue, we don't have a business.
Yeah, exactly. But the problem with revenue, and I think this is my 6th or 7th podcast that I'm saying this, revenue is such a vanity metric in the sense that
you need to preach over and over and over.
Yeah, it's super hard, and it's super vanity. It's like those likes and followings on social media. I mean, obviously revenue is important and it's great to have it because you're running a business. Yeah. But at the same time, if the revenue that you're bringing from new customers is not going to be repeated from the same customers, then you're not having a business. You're just, I guess, running a charity.
That's so true. That's a truth bomb right there.
I mean, it's cool. Like it depends. So when you have e-commerces, you have people that sell, fast consumer goods. You have people that sell low frequency products, you have people that sell one-time buys, and people that sell subscription, or both. So obviously the customer lifetime value is going to be very different based on how sticky your product is or how frequent the purchasing of the product is. So of course it can be different, the interest that you have. So I would like, if possible, to give 2 examples that are very important, because if you have a CPG, a consumer product, consumable product goods, you have people that are depending on frequency, right? On people to buy, to deplete an order and buy again. So in that case, you need to focus on customer lifetime value and retention, and you need to focus on optimizing the customer journey and understanding customers better to make sure you ensure that retention and that frequency of purchasing. When you're talking about products that have a low frequency, like a mattress, like a wedding ring, like a coffin or whatever, you don't think about retention, right? Like how many wedding rings you need, right?
That would be weird, Juliana. That would be super weird.
Yeah, like have emails from the coffin company. I was like, check out my flowers, or check out this new product, is the coffin 1000. So, but in that case, you function on a different thing. It's called customer lifetime fan. So your growth is going to be highly focused, of course, on new customers, but it's also going to be focused on you over delivering to the existing customers. And those customers are going to tell your friends. So you're functioning on word of mouth. So regardless of your business model, being a low frequency product, be it a high frequency product, you still cannot escape the fact that if your customer experience that you provide after someone buys from you is shit, then you cannot expect people to come and buy from you again. And I think it's just a very misplaced focus in the whole industry on things that don't really matter.
I think that's a brilliant segue into my next point. I think we need to talk about the elephant in the room, Amazon, what happened earlier this month. So for those people living under a rock, their main shopping app logo, people took to Twitter and said that it reminded them of Hitler, and they quickly had to change. That's something that you just talked about, because for Amazon customers are imported to Amazon. So my question is, how does that design affect e-commerce? And then how can a CVO help in that regard? I think you touched a bit on it, but I just want to put that question to you.
I mean, there's a lot of dimensions to your question. Yes, I have seen, you're putting me in different spots.
You don't have to talk about, you don't have to use the H word.
No, I don't. I'm going to say it like this. It was an unfortunate situation, what happened with the logo of Amazon. Yes. And I think it triggered a lot of people that have lived those times, or their family lived those times. And
Absolutely.
you have to be careful when you do design. And it's the same thing, that you see happening so much with the fashion industry, that's reproducing things from the African culture, or the African American, the Black culture inside the United States, and they're selling stuff in a very racist way, and then they get all the backlash. So there's a lot of racism and a prejudice around ethnicity. So I don't blame people for being upset or bothered by it. Now, from a customer lifetime value perspective with Amazon, which is a much more, I guess, interesting and things that I want to talk about topic, that I'm not a big fan of Amazon, as in what it has done to the e-commerce industry from I guess mentality perspective, and I'll go on that too.
Luckily, Amazon isn't a sponsor yet, so you're cool. You can shoot from there.
It's cool. I was in one of I just was in one Amazon podcast the other day. So I'm not a big fan of Amazon per se, but I'm a fan of the Amazon model. And actually, Amazon functions on customer lifetime value as a main growth metric. And the way they are killing it right now is because of one thing that they do better than everyone else, which is called convenience. Yes. So when you purchase from Amazon, you feel safe. You have all the options there to have a safe purchasing. You have a safe shopping. You know that if you buy something and you want to return it, you can. You don't have to go through the extremes of talking and sending tickets and having people ignore you and so on. So Amazon is killing it because of the convenience they offer. Now, the reason why I don't like Amazon is because the only thing that the e-commerce industry took from Amazon was the sales mentality of the quick sale, of the quick buck. So like instead of copying the convenience that Amazon is offering to people, they just copied the whole idea of sale. And it's sad really, because Amazon is doing some really amazing things with the product pages, with the reviews. I actually just recently posted about how they're doing the reviews, and they have people rate the features of the product. So when someone is buying something, they can see how people are rating the main features. And if it's a feature of the product that you're looking for, you will see it faster than going through 1,000, reviews. So there's a lot of, yeah, so there's a lot of,
for me. So even if I don't purchase through Amazon, and even my wife, we actually look at those pages and inform our purchasing decisions based on that. So I mean, that's really a powerful tool.
It is. And I think if more people would understand what really Amazon is doing from a convenience perspective, from a customer experience perspective, there wouldn't be such a big gap in the market, because we work with, I think, somewhere around 1,600 brands at the moment internationally. And there's this, we're going to launch this live benchmark soon.
Oh, cool.
Across industries, where we're going to show what's the retention rate, what's the customer lifetime value, and so on. So what I saw is that 85% of these brands that we work with, sadly, they lose customers after the first order in proportion of 65 to 95%. So if you have a customer that purchased from you one time, the chances for that person to buy from you again are very slim, because of the post purchase experience that the brand offers. Yeah. So I think the market is slowly moving in the right direction to understand the fact that customers right now are voting in and out with their wallets, and the bullshit discounting and the gimmickry is not going to work anymore. But it's a very slow burn. And the funny part, I guess, not the funny, the sad part about about category design and us trying to go and swim in a blue ocean right now, instead of calling ourselves a CDP and just move on, is the fact that we have to deal with a lot of status quo and a lot of people that are very caught up in their ways. And it's very hard to take the stance of educating the market, rather than just falling and giving people exactly those quick wins. Because, I mean, look at the industry. Like, it doesn't matter if you're in e-commerce or B2B or as yourself in trading or whatever, people want that quick win.
Geography, industry, it's all the same. And like you said, education is so hard, because it's sort of ingrained into their minds through social media. And it's sometimes you feel like you're fighting a losing battle, but we're making progress. I think it's, like you say, it's a slow burn. Juliana, before I leave you, or you leave us, I want, what you say is the biggest, and I know it's hard to pick one, but the biggest future e-commerce trend.
Oh man.
It's if you can't pick one, maybe one or two, just something for the listeners.
So I'm going to start with the obvious elephant in the room. I think customer value optimization is going to be something that everyone will consider in the next 2 years. And it's not just because we're doing it. It's just because of how the buyer psychology has changed, and how the online purchasing behavior has changed. And if you're an e-commerce brand and you don't care about these things, and you don't focus on changing, given what Facebook is doing now, what Google is doing, and they're retiring advertising, and they're retiring a lot of, the third-party data, you're going to have very big issues. You're going to have very big issues staying in business, because I see a very big thinning of the herd. Now, outside my specter of customer value optimization, what I see happening in the market is going to be a rise of the managed services, a rise of people that offer expertise and advice and knowledge, because the market problem is not a tool. The market problem is not data, because, the thing is that a fool with a tool is still a fool. So right now, what I see is the rise of managed services in e-commerce, a rise of services in retention, in customer journey, customer experience, CRO, whatever. Because right now, people will try to address their issues through education, and I see it happening from our part, but also from more and more agencies and partners that we are working with. And you will see a lot of companies that are gonna go behind the product and just say, listen, learn how to do this. It's gonna be a go back to basics situation in e-commerce.
Oh, that's so interesting. Um, Juliana, before I really let you go, where can people find you and where can they learn more about OmniConvert?
So if you want to connect with me, you can find me on LinkedIn or on Twitter or Clubhouse. I'm at the CLV Lady, and you can find me there and reach out to me. If I don't add you on back, if you send me a connection request, it's because you didn't send me a message. I'm very picky with my connections, but I'm usually a cool person once you get over a few stuff. And if you want to learn more about what we do, go to academy.omniconvert.com. That's academy.omniconvert.com and sign up for our customer value optimization course. It's an amazing course, which we're doing with some really cool professionals right now, and they can teach you how to understand the whole customer journey and the whole processes that happen when someone lands on your website until you can retain that person. And just hit academy.omniconvert.com. I plugged that 3 times in your podcast.
Awesome. I will put those links in the comments for a 4th time as well. Juliana, thank you so much for joining me. Love, peace, and prosperity to everyone, and we'll see you in the next episode.